Getting into gear for the new year, part 9. As we now enter the last Shabbos of the year, Nitzavim v'Yelech, had a wonderful year, wonderful month of Elul, and this is the last Shabbos before Rosh Hashanah, Be'ezras Hashem. So let's utilize this Shabbos. Let's finish with a bang. It's finished with a high. We know Hakol Holich Acha Chasima. Everything goes after the end. So let's make this a really special Shabbos. And one suggestion I've got for you is the concept of Tosefes Shabbos. The Shulchan Aruch says in Siman Reish Samach Beis, it's necessary to add to add from Chol to Kodesh. And this is a very special mitzvah at the beginning of Shabbos and also the end of Shabbos. In Siman Reish Sadi Gimel, the Shulchan Aruch says, Ma'achronis Tfilas Arvis, one should delay Mariv in order to add from the Chol onto the Kodesh. And let's extend the holiness of this special day of Shabbos. And the Ramah, right at the end of that Siman, says as follows, V'noigin loima v'hurachum v'baruchu ba'arichas noyam. The minhag is to say v'hurachum and answer to Baruch Hu in a nice, beautiful tune, and in a slow way to lengthen it out. Rachum, in order in order to increase, take from the holiness and add it on to Shabbos. This is such a beautiful concept. Now think of that, it's a few seconds. How long are you going to say V'hu Rachum? A split second, a longer Baruch Hu. But even so, that's considered special. In fact, the Oriyah Chaim says, V'shomru b'nei Yisroel Shabbos, and Klal Yisrael should guard Shabbos, la'asos Shabbos, to make Shabbos. One of his explanations is, la'asos is, what do we make? Hashem makes Shabbos. What do you mean we should make it into Shabbos? Shabbos is Kedusha v'Kaima. Hashem sanctifies, brings the spirituality of Shabbos. So what does it actually mean? It says Oriyah Chaim HaKadosh is when we add to Shabbos by bringing Shabbos in a few minutes early and take Shabbos out late, we are adding to Shabbos. What's supposed to be just a regular mundane weekday, we're turning it into Shabbos. La'asos is the Shabbos. So a very beautiful idea. Now, the Sharit Shuvah, the end of Reish Sadi Gimel, says a beautiful thing here. He brings down here, he says that just by adding a little few seconds of Shabbos, by saying Baruch Hashem, Baruch Lamed, a bit longer, he says a person will be saved from any harm that week. And then he brings the Birkei Yosef, who says, I saw the writing from Reb Chaim Vital in the name of Haigon. He says he has a tradition, sheyesh hatzlacha, kishemoshech odom march ba'omer Baruch Hashem hamvorach ba'apei Shabbos. That person will have incredible success when he just lengthens out the words Baruch Hashem hamvorach lamvorach, so just extending Shabbos, and says, they say the Siddur Shel Shabbos. Why is it so? And he says, because when a person brings Shabbos in early or he takes Shabbos out late, he's shown that he loves Shabbos. He loves Shabbos. He wants more of Shabbos. So for example, if you have a guest at your Shabbos table, you invite a guest over to your house and he has a lovely meal, and after he's had the main course, he turns to you and he says, please, can I have some more? Of course, you'll be delighted. What biggest compliment it can be to the chef that he wants more. In fact, you'll invite him back again if you want some more. And this is the same thing. When the Yid says, I want to add more to Shabbos, bring Shabbos a few minutes earlier, I want to take Shabbos out a few minutes late, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to gives us, he sees we love Shabbos, and he gives us more. And in fact, he says, the Oznaim LaTorah brings down Rabbi Zalman Sorotskin, says, therefore, he says, when we say in Musaf, Toyamel, Chaim Zochu, those who taste Shabbos, Chaim Zochu, their merited life. That's referring to people who add to Shabbos. They add extra time to Shabbos. So this last Shabbos of the year, let's utilize the opportunity, make it special, be ready a few minutes early, as the Shulchan Aruch says, have the table laid before, be dressed before, and the Rambam says in the 30th chapter that when Shabbos comes in, we should be already sitting, waiting, wrapped in our talis, waiting for Shabbos, for the Shekhinah to come to greet us. So Be'ez Hashem, let's be ready a few minutes early before Shabbos, the house ready, get to shul a few minutes earlier, and of course, that goes without saying, apart from the beginning and the end, to utilize this Shabbos, this beautiful gift of Shabbos that Hashem has given us, to enjoy this Shabbos and earn all the extra zechus by spending the Torah, focusing on Divrei Torah at the table, singing Zemiros, and spending the day, instead of sleeping away the Shabbos, but instead to utilize it through the learning of Torah, doing of the mitzvahs, acts of chesed, and connecting with the divine. As we know, Shabbos has a body and a soul. The body of Shabbos is the melachas, all the do's and don'ts, but the neshama of Shabbos, oisi la'olam, what's called Shabbos, the difference between Yom HaShvi and Shabbos, is the spiritual connection, that oinidis anik al Hashem, connecting with Kadosh Baruch Hu, connecting with the divine, connecting with the spirituality. I wish you all a pleasant and wonderful good Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom.